So you're looking to move to St. George, Utah. In today's video, I'm going to take you on a map tour of the greater St. George area. I'm currently standing above downtown St. George on the Red Hill, but I want to take you through several different areas. I want to take you out to Washington, the new Crimson Cliffs area, Ivins, Santa Clara, South St. George with desert color. I want to take you to North St. George where it's a little more rural. Kind of want to show you it all. I found this really helpful for people that are trying to decide where they want to live in St. George. So hopefully this can be really helpful to you too. St. George is a great area. There's something for everybody. So let's go ahead and let's dive in. We get calls and texts all the time from people just like you looking to make their move to St. George, Utah. If you want to know everything there is about life in St. George, subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so that you can be the first to learn about the market here in St. George, Utah. Whether you're looking to move in 10 days or 100 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a video call today. Now let's get started.
I want to do a brief overview of what makes St. George great, why so many people love St. George, why they're staying here. So the first one is the outdoor recreation, beautiful scenery. You probably know that. There's so many cool places. Let me mark a few of them for you on the map so you can kind of get an idea. You have Gunlock Reservoir. It's a super fun spot. You can go boating. I've caught my biggest fish there. I was on a little inflatable kayak, got pulled all over the lake. Super fun. Then you have Ivins Reservoir right here. It's a really fun place. It's a smaller little reservoir, but it's a lot of fun. Good fishing there too. You can't boat on it or anything, but you can paddleboard, things like that. And then you have Sand Hall Reservoir, cliff jumping, boating, scuba diving, fun things like that. Then here's Quail Creek Reservoir, another fun lake, another fun place to boat. And then you got Soquel Canyon State Park, lots of fun hikes, camping, bike trails. Soquel Canyon State Park is beautiful. And then you have, of course, Zion National Park. You can't forget that. It's an amazing, beautiful place, just 45-minute drive from St. George. So those are some of the things that make St. George great. There's lots of mountain biking trails, all sorts of things to look at. So this goes right hand in hand with outdoor scenery, all this outdoor recreation, is our great weather. It's sunny 300 days a year here. Easy to stay happy when it's so sunny, easy to be outside when it's a warm climate. So that's another plus. And then the growing economy, we have a ton of companies coming here, lots of businesses, a lot of tech companies. So there's a lot of job opportunity. It's a good place to start a business. The real estate market's booming. People are moving here. So it's a great spot in that way. And then it's family friendly. It's really safe, low crime rate. A lot of neighborhoods are built for families, lots of parks, bike trails. It's just really a great spot to have a family, to raise a family. So that's another big reason. And then a convenient location. 2 hours from Las Vegas, if you're going this way, go up north to Salt Lake, 4 hours. You can get to Zion National Park really easy. Lake Powell's really close. Grand Canyon's really close. Bryce Canyon's really close this way too. So there's a lot of great things. St. George is really centrally located. It's a great, convenient location. So now that we've talked about a few of those things, let's go ahead, let's dive in, let's get to know St. George a little bit better. All right, so to start out the video, the first place I want to show you, the first area of St. George is the downtown St. George area. Seems like the best place to start, right centrally located. If you live in the downtown area, you can get to everywhere in basically 5 to 10 minutes. Costco, Walmart, well, you name it, really any place. So this is, if you want to be close and centrally located to everything and have lots of food options and shopping options, the downtown St. George area is the place to be. They have lots of fun events in this area. All the parades come through this area. All the, you have the Ironman, the St. George Marathon. They all finish in this area at these parks. So it is a fun area. It is older. You know, you got older homes. A lot of people are buying them and remodeling them. They tend to be a little more pricey than other parts of St. George, simply because of the location. You got Utah Tech University right in here, so there's a lot of people that buy them out and then turn them into rentals. A lot of these homes are turned into rentals. This park has a lot of fun markets all the time. Basically every Saturday there's a farmer's market or like a vendor's market where you can go and get different clothing items, trinkets, things that people make. So it's a lot of fun. You have a lot of food trucks that come around to those markets as well. So let's show you. You have St. George Boulevard right here. That's full of lots of fun restaurants, and then you have Main Street that comes in and connects, and this area is a lot of fun. You have the town square park, so you have the library, you have the old tabernacle, you have a lot of really fun restaurants and places that you can walk to, so everything you can walk around here, it's really close. Let me zoom in a little bit. I can show you a few pictures. So here's that town square park. They used to I used to go there to watch the fireworks that they have in St. George. They changed locations now, so they do them at the college now, and so you can't really see as well at that park. But they also, all the trees grew there too, so that didn't help that part of it. But there's a big grass area, a lot of fun. They have a little water park for the kids, like you can see this. You got a fun little water park. There's tons of kids in the summer there. There's that old tabernacle. But yeah, they decorate it fun during Christmas time. There's a little bit more. So this spot is really fun. And then this spot's right next to all these restaurants too. So you come up Main Street. Let me get down on the ground here a little bit, and I can take you through a little drive with Google Maps. So it's fun, it's beautiful, there's lots of fun trees. But as you go up this area, you got all your restaurants, lots of little shopping, things like that. The park, that little town square, is right this way, and then you come up this way and you're going to run into Boulevard, where there's a lot of fun, shopping, restaurants too. So this whole street is lined with different retail, different fun classic restaurants. Bear Paw Cafe is one that comes to mind that I love. So you can just keep coming up, and then this area right here is a bunch of restaurants. You got Pizza Factory, Pasta Factory, George's, Benji's Thai and Sushi, some treat spots. The downtown area is fun. If you're wanting something, an older home, more established community, where there's not tons of growth happening, then this is the place to be. Something to note is you're probably going to have to get a fixer-upper or put some work into it or pay more money for one that's been remodeled already. That's kind of how it goes. There are townhomes and that are spread throughout this community. They're in little HOAs. They're older townhomes, really small. Sometimes they're not the nicest. They're pretty run down. But I've helped people buy some of those, and they're nice, and there's some nice ones. But let me take you down to the street, and you can kind of see the streets in this downtown area are just massive. You can flip trailers around in them, just flip a Yui. So you can tell you got that older home style. There's a lot of really cute homes. You see that. That's been there for a long time. So let's kind of go, whoops. Lots of big trees in this downtown area. Some homes have been really modernized. Some have just kind of stayed the same. But it's, you get a little bit of everything in the downtown area. So that just gives you a little idea of what these homes are like. But it's a great area. You can walk to everything. You got lots of fun parks. There's lots of fun events all the time, that are happening here in this area. So that's it for the downtown area. So our next area we're going to be looking through is the Little Valley, Desert Hills area. It's a good spot. About 10 or so years ago, this was the up and coming place. It was a bunch of new build homes, a bunch of new build communities, and there still is a good amount of growth happening in this area, but there's a lot of established neighborhoods now, good communities. So there's a lot of single family large homes in this area that you'll see just all through here. It's a really fun spot. You'll notice as you drive through these neighborhoods, there's a ton of kids here. Downtown St. George area, you won't see too many kids, but as you go into Little Valley, Desert Hills area, lots of kids. So if you have kids or you want that environment, this is a really good spot to be. It's a lot of fun that way. There's a lot of fun parks in this area, good little walking trails. I mean, it's been built for families because of the large residential homes that are here. One of the main places here, you have the fields at Little Valley. So there's a ton of sport events here for the youth, a lot of soccer games, a lot of football games, flag football, rugby, you name it, a bunch of things like that. And there's a little water park over at the Little Valley. There's a little water park over here too as part of the fields. Um, or actually right here where the playground is. So this is a really fun park. And then of course, the Little Valley Pickleball Complex. It's a huge pickleball complex. There's 24 courts. They have a professional spot because they host a lot of professional tournaments and just local tournaments. It's a lot of fun. We used to play at this complex a lot when I was growing up, but it's gotten so busy there. Plus, there's so many other courts all over St. George now. You don't need to come here. This used to be really the only pickleball courts, but it is a good spot and there's a ton of courts. This is a really fun area. There's not a ton of commercial throughout this whole area of Little Valley Desert Hills. If you go this way a little more, you start to get more commercial. You head out towards Walmart. Um, but mostly in this area is just residential homes, single family homes. There are a few townhomes. Um, you have to drive to downtown St. George or to the Washington area if you really want to have a variety of options for restaurants and eating, things like that, and shopping. But it's not too far. It's really not that bad. This is a great area. It's really calm, a lot of fun houses, a lot of good neighborhoods. This road here, River Road, um, it can get really busy during traffic because a lot of people are coming from St. George or from other parts of St. George out back home to Little Valley or going to work. So it can get really busy there. But overall, this is a great spot, especially if you have a family or you're looking for something that's a little more modern but more established. Little Valley, Desert Hills area, it's a great spot for you. All right, so let's move into that next area. We're going to look at the Washington Fields, Crimson Cliffs area. This is a really new and upcoming area. Let's show you where we're at so you can get a good idea. There's downtown. Here's the Little Valley, Desert Hills area. And then this is, I mean, it's not perfect, but this is kind of considered what the Crimson Cliffs, New Washington areas. There's a lot of fun stuff, new builds this way. So let's zoom in on it. Let's get a little closer. Let's see if I can get my computer to work. Here we go. So this area is a lot of fun right now. There's tons of new commercial and new residential going in right here. And so before, this area was basically a bunch of farmlands, fields, open spaces, and there still is a lot of that, which is really fun. You'll see a lot of horses and farm animals and corn being grown, things like that. So you still get a lot of that open space feel, but there is a ton of development going in here. A lot of that land has been bought up, but I know a lot of it's going to stay, which is nice, and the people in this area love it. So right now, if you're looking to buy a home here, new builds are in high demand. They basically have townhomes and small homes from 400,000, or if you're wanting a large home, large single family residence, you can spend well into the millions, 2 millions. There's some really nice homes here too. And the townhomes here that are cheaper, they look really nice because they're brand new and they have a lot of fun amenities. There's just a lot of growth here. Not too long ago, there was barely any commercial and restaurants, retail, things like that in this area, but they've been putting a lot in here. There's a lot of new restaurants, some new grocery stores. Everyone out in the Washington Field Crimson Cliffs area are pretty excited about it, and there's a lot more in the works. So there, in 10 years from now, this area is going to have lots of fun restaurants and grocery stores. You're not going to need to leave this area to get the things you want. You have the most wanted schools in this area because they're brand new and they're growing. There's lots of new, really nice homes in the area. So the schools are really nice over here. They've only been open for, I don't know, 5 or so years compared to some of these others that have been open for a long time. So you have nice new elementary schools, middle schools, the high school is really nice. So that's another plus of this area. Um, I guess one of the cons would be kind of like Little Valley area. There's still not a ton of commercial. There's a lot more in this area compared to Little Valley, so you kind of have to drive a little bit more to get places, but you don't have to drive that far. It's not that far away from St. George or a lot of some of the Walmarts or the Washington downtown area. Oh, one other thing to note in this area, there are some nightly rental communities, places that do nightly rentals. Not a ton. As you get into the other spot of Washington, Verkin, places like that, you'll start to see a lot more nightly rental. But there are communities in here designated for that. So if you're looking for nightly rental closer to St. George, this is the place to be. You'll find them in this area. Off the top of my head, I know there's a good chunk. Let's see, right in here, there's some, as you go this way, a little bit more in here. So good little spot for that as well. This is a great spot though. It's really the hot and up and coming place of St. George. Beautiful homes, beautiful communities, great amenities. So if you're looking for something that style, this is the side of town you want to be on. So let's go to the next spot and take a look at what we got over there. So this next area, I'm going to call it Green Springs, North Washington area. I'll show you where we're at. Let me pull up my pen here. So we were just kind of in this area. There's the Little Valley area again. Here's downtown, just so you can get your bearings. And this is what I would call Green Springs, North Washington area. So this area has a good mix of kind of the, oops, I'm still on my pen, has a good mix of the new build, like new communities, and a lot of older homes too. And there's a lot of commercial out this way. It's really established communities. So you're going to have some older homes throughout here. And then you have older homes throughout here. This is more like the downtown Washington area. There's a lot of fun parks, parades, events. Washington City is technically different than St. George City, so they have their own events and fun things that they do there. So that's another thing. If you're looking for fun things, you're not going to downtown St. George. Washington City, that downtown area has a lot of fun things too. So let's look at some of this commercial you have here. You have the mall. So right in here, you have the mall, St. George Mall. I mean, it's not a huge mall, but there's still a lot of good shopping here, a lot of good fun things. I mean, you have big sporting goods store, you have Lulu, you have J.C. Penney, Macy's, things like that. Maybe we don't have a Macy's, maybe I'm getting confused, but it's a good area, good little commercial, lots of fun restaurants. And then as you come up this way, you have movie theaters, lots of restaurants. You have Costco, In-N-Out Burger. If that's a must for you, that's where that is. So this whole area is a lot of commercial between Costco, Walmart, Home Depot's over here, some furniture stores. You have Best Buy, Red Robin's, In-N-Out. Like I said, lots of fun things in this area. Not a ton of residential right around here. This is mostly just commercial. So a lot of places that you're going to come and eat, a lot of good restaurants and things are all in that area. So let me show you the Green Springs area. This is kind of, as you come up here, this is Green Springs area. There's a beautiful golf course. All these homes are built around. So this area of Green Springs, you'll find a lot of older homes. Of the older development of Green Springs, they're not like super old homes, but as you get from here and up, you start to see a lot of newer homes, especially as you get all the way up into here. This part of Green Springs, there's a lot of fun new homes and new communities, and it's all around the golf course. I mean, it's a golf course community. It's a really fun golf course. I have a really hard time on that golf course. I've lost a good amount of golf balls. Another thing to note right here is that you can get to a lot of fun trails in this Green Springs, North Washington area. So there's some really fun mountain biking trails and hiking trails and running trails right in here. I know a lot of mountain bikers, they come over here and they do some really fun trails all up through here. It's all, what do they call it? The Red Cliffs Preserve. So no homes are getting built there. Of course, some of it is getting developed, but overall that's going to stay undeveloped. So that's a lot of fun. So like I said, you have the downtown Washington area. You have the Washington Community Center. There's a cemetery down here. There's the main street. There's some really fun restaurants. There is some good new development happening right in these areas, but you're almost kind of leaving the North Washington area and getting more into Coral Cliffs area. It's another golf course community, but there are some fun new townhome builds and new, let's see, apartment, no, condos. So condos that you can buy in this area over here. But this North Washington, Green Springs area is a good spot too. There's that older vibe, remodeling homes, things like that, like the downtown St. George area. But then you do have some newer areas around the Green Springs golf course. And then there's a lot of good hiking trails right around here too, as you get up into the green, like further into north into the Green Springs area. So if you're looking for something where you can get to a lot of commercial really easily, maybe an older home, or maybe you want to live on a golf course, this could be a good spot for you too. I want to show you the next neighborhood or next part of St. George. So let's go over there right now. Let's just show you where you are. There's where we've been. Here's downtown. Here's that northern Washington area where we were. And then there's that Washington Crimson Cliffs area. So now we're going to move down to the South St. George. So you got this established community. It's a really fun spot. I spent a lot of time growing up in the Bloomington area. You're going to find really established neighborhoods, mostly single family homes, some really good parks, trails. This community's been around for a while. And then as you go further this way, you're going to get to Sunriver. We'll talk a little bit for a minute about Sunriver. As you probably know, St. George is a great place to retire. There's a lot of people who come to St. George to retire. So we have a lot of 55 and older communities spread throughout St. George, but Sunriver is by far the biggest one right here. This is all Sunriver. I'll zoom up on it a little bit. So this is all Sunriver. They got the Sunriver golf course, which is a beautiful golf course that the community is built around. This community has lots of pickleball courts, pools, clubhouses. They do a lot of get-togethers with the people in the community. So everyone I've talked to that lives there, they really like it. So if you're looking to retire and you want a place that has a bunch of amenities, take care of itself, and be around a bunch of other people that are retiring, Sunriver is definitely the place for you. Right next to Sunriver, and so this is I-15 right here, and you keep going past this way, this is going to take you to Vegas. So you get off here and go down Southern Parkway, and this takes you can follow this all the way out to Hurricane, Sand Hall Resort. It takes you to the other side of St. George. But you go that way, and it's right next to Sunriver still. You have the Desert Color community, which is a really fun community. But before we talk more about that, this whole area in here and right there is getting a lot of commercial. So they already have Big Shots Golf that's gone in. Basically Top Golf, really fun addition to that area. And then they are getting a luxury movie theater over here with bowling alleys and bowling lanes. And then there's going to be a Costco going over here. So now there'll be two Costcos in St. George. So the other one can get crazy at times. They're putting a lot of new restaurants and cool things going there. A lot of fun rumors. Not sure what all is true over here. But you can see, I'll point out one thing. If you don't know much about St. George or Utah in general, there's a Swig. It's basically a soda shop. They have them all over St. George. And they just put one out here a few weeks ago, and the line was ridiculous. So if you love soda, St. George is a good place to be too. They have lots of fun different soda creations. I like it, but I know it's not too good for me, so I try to avoid it. But anyways, let's move further down and let's get to Desert Color now. So Desert Color is a really fun community. There's a lot of vacation rentals here because of the really fun amenities. But then they have a whole section of Desert Color that's just for residential neighborhoods. And so there's no nightly rentals involved there. So you don't have to deal with it, but you share the amenities with the nightly rental places. So I'm going to change this actually so we can kind of see the lagoon and the size of it. So when you look, this is that giant lagoon. This is their main amenity. It's a big lagoon. It gets to 8.5 feet deep, about 2.5 acres of surface water, and then about a half-mile shoreline that's sand. So it's a really fun spot that people come to hang out. They host fun events. I've been there several times, and I've really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. It's a little colder, the water, because it's really big. They don't heat it. So it's just, like a lake. It has to warm up naturally. They have this little pool here that's heated. They got hot tubs in here. They got a little shops for food and some, not like a restaurant, but like concessions basically. And then they'll have snow cone shacks and concessions all around the side too, so that you don't have to go places to get your food. But this is really fun. So everything right around the lagoon is all vacation rental, nightly rental, all in this area. You go this way, this is all residential that can't be nightly rented. So you can see they got pickleball courts right here as well. There's more pickleball courts going in all over this Desert Color area, and more pools planned. So it's going to be really fun. Let's see if they have a few pictures here we can look at. I can pull up to give you an idea. So here's that lagoon. You can see the sandy beaches. That's pretty cool. You got palm trees. It's a fun area. Here's another view of it. And this doesn't show everything. There's been a lot built since this picture was taken. So it's changed a lot from that. It really is just a really fun area. I'm trying to see if there's any others that really showcase it. But yeah, like that's the main clubhouse entrance, and there's the other pool in there, and the pickleball courts are right on the other side of it. But that gives you a good idea. It's a really fun place. There's events going on there all the time. This Desert Color place where all that new commercial is going to be a really fun place to come and hang out, spend your time on the weekends or the evenings. In the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to have basically everything you need. Lots of fun, fancy restaurants, good entertainment, things to do. So this is all residential. There's a lot of townhomes and single family. So they have like these townhomes right in here, and then this is all single family homes. They don't have the biggest yards out here, but it's more about the amenities and the fun things they offer. A lot of people that live in this area, they just drive golf carts around. They drive golf carts to hang out over here. And then you can get to some fun bike trails, running trails that go up around this area. I used to think that was forever from like downtown St. George. It took forever. It really only takes probably 7 minutes because you just get right on I-15 and then you're right there. So Desert Color is going to be a great place. Next 5 to 10 years, they're going to have everything you want. So if you're looking for a place that has all the amenities, a lot of fun things to do with your family or with yourself or with friends, and then you don't have to take care of a lot of stuff, this is a great place to be. I know people love it out there. Everyone that lives out there loves it. So let's go over here a little bit further. There's some more new build communities. You got desert canyons. So a lot of townhomes in this area, and then some good single family residential homes too. They do have some fun amenities, but nothing like Desert Color. All these new build communities are putting in pickleball courts and pools and things like that. So nothing out of the ordinary there, but they are good fun homes. And these ones are really close to the airport. So you can see there's the airport, and the airport is getting bigger. They're adding more flights. You can get to Dallas, Los Angeles, Salt Lake, Denver from St. George. I almost always fly out of Las Vegas still, just because it is a little cheaper and there's there's more options. I have flown out of St. George, and it is the best because you can park there and you don't have to go and pay for parking in Vegas, and you're so close to home when you get done. But there's a lot of growth expected with that airport in the near future. So southern St. George, a lot of fun things happening. I mean, you can see you're really close to that border of Arizona, especially these communities. They're right on the border of Arizona. This one too. But that's what's fun about St. George. You're so close. You just get on I-15 and you can get to Vegas in 2 hours. So you just go this way, you're to Vegas if you like that stuff. 2 hours, really short, really fast. So that's it for this area. Let's get on to the next area and let's go check out another part of St. George. This is where we just were. We were in this area down here in southern St. George. I want to take you to another part of St. George now. Guess you can consider this northern St. George and some of the outlying communities. So we're going to head up this way from St. George. We're going to go up this road and get out into a little bit more of some country land. So as you go up this way, you get to the ledges of St. George. It's a fun golf course community. They have good night rentals there, and then a bunch of just residential single-family homes built around a golf community. It's a beautiful golf course. There's some cool views. Let me see if I can just show you a cool picture. Oh yeah, check this out. So this is fun. This is one of the views you get at the Ledges Golf Course. It's a really, really beautiful, fun golf course. Year-round, it's in good shape. So let's keep going up the trail here, or the road. This area has Snow Canyon State Park. So I grew up in this area actually for most of my childhood, out in this part, Diamond Valley. We were probably the only people in the whole community that didn't have either a horse, a four-wheeler motorcycle, or something like that. We didn't even have a truck, so we didn't quite fit in there, but a lot of fun, great people there. But this is where you want to be if you're looking to have more land, place for horses, a little bit more privacy, really big lots, good desert views, and cooler temperature. I'd say probably 10 to 15 degrees cooler as you start heading out this way, especially as you get further up and get even higher. As you get past Dameron, you got Vail. Vail's a fun little spot. It's known for the Vail pies, which are amazing. So if you ever get out there and want to try the Vail pies, you definitely want to try that. This Vail Pool Resort's really fun. It's a hot spring. It's inside a canyon. Really fun views, a fun place to hang out. And then as you follow this road, you keep going up. There's Baker Reservoir, fun place to fish, good scenery, camp out there. But you keep coming up, then you're going to get to Pine Valley. And Pine Valley is a historic place. It's beautiful. You're up in the mountains. There's a lot of cabins up here. They got Pine Valley Reservoir, the forest, lots of campgrounds. So this is a fun spot as you come up here. This is probably 45 minutes from St. George as you come up this way to Pine Valley. But these areas over here are more populated. You got Dameron Valley, Diamond Valley, Winchester, Vail, and 10 minutes to Diamond Valley, 15 to Dameron Valley, and 17, 20 minutes to Vail. It's a fun area. There's lots of good hiking, lots of fun trails. If you like four-wheelers, horses, things like that, this is a really fun place to be. You're pretty close to Gunlock Reservoir, which is a fun spot, Gunlock State Park. I spent a lot of time out there on that lake, fishing, hanging out, things like that. But I want to show you a few. Snow Canyon State Park, I spent a lot of time there as well, going to the sand dunes, hiking. It's 3 minutes from Diamond Valley, so we'd go there all the time. We'd go in the lava tubes, go explore. It's a pretty fun spot. So just let's look at a few pictures. This will give you a good idea. Look how beautiful that is. You got the red rocks. This is the road that goes right through Snow Canyon. It's a very fun spot. I mean, you have Zion National Park. That's amazing. That's beautiful. But this is a little cheaper, sometimes less crowded. You got this fun sand dune. It really is a really fun spot. I know everyone that goes there, they come back and they say, well, I didn't need to go to Zion National Park, but when you get into Zion National Park, you definitely need to be there. I hadn't been there for a little bit, and I drove through, and I couldn't believe that I hadn't been for a few years. It's amazing being inside those canyons, but this is a really fun spot. But this northern St. George area, it's more rural. You got lots more land. So if you want horses, four-wheelers, things like that, come out this way. There's lots of good homes, lots of good communities. You're not too far from St. George, and it's a little cooler. So in the summer, you can still go outside. You don't have to be in a pool. All right, so Ivins and Santa Clara. Let's zoom in. Let's take a look at it. Oops, I'm still on my pen. So we're going to zoom in. So Santa Clara still has that small town feel. It's actually a really fun community. My wife and I always say it'd be really fun to move out there. There's a lot of little fields throughout that area. There's some really, really nice communities and some good established communities as well. The main Santa Clara area, they have fun parades that go through and fun, like events and things that they've done for a long time there. It's some historical things. There is some new development in Santa Clara, some really fun communities, some really nice lots. They are expensive lots, but it's a fun community. But there's not as much new development in the Santa Clara area. But it's a fun area, a peaceful, calm area to live. So let's go out to Ivins now. So up here in Ivins, homes tend to be more expensive here, and the main reason is because of the views. Ivins is known for the red rock views that it has. They're amazing. A lot of the communities in this area, they have restrictions on how high you can build your homes, what color your homes need to be. They try to keep things very similar to them so they don't distract from the amazing views of these red rocks. So you can get into the south entrance of Snow Canyon from this area, from Ivins as well, so it backs right up to Snow Canyon. It really is beautiful, and there is a lot of growth out here, a lot of fun, new developments, new townhomes, things like that. But really, Ivins is known for the amazing views, and they have recently got a lot more commercial out here too. One of the main reasons is because of Black Desert Resort. You've probably heard of it if you know anything about St. George right now. They just had a PGA Tour event. They're going to have an LPGA Tour event here soon. It's a beautiful new resort. The golf course is incredible. They're putting a lot of new commercial in there, so it's bringing a lot of retail and fun restaurants. That's kind of changed the Ivins area. I know some people that have lived in Ivins for a while are kind of sad about it because it's bringing a lot of traffic out to Ivins, and Ivins had been relatively calm and minimal traffic, but it's starting to grow, just like all of St. George. But let me click on this and we can see if we can see some fun pictures of this golf course. So they're going to have this cool resort. It's a lot of it's under construction right now, the resort part. So I guess this is mostly the resort we're looking at here. But the golf course is incredible. You do have Entrada Golf Course too, which is another great golf course. Private golf course. They have a lot of beautiful homes, really expensive homes that go through that area that have those restrictions so that you can have the views. It's an expensive area too, but it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of beautiful homes out there. So one other thing that brings a lot of visitors to this area, people come from all over, is Tuacahn. So it's a performing arts center. They have a lot of performances, plays, musicals. It is beautiful. Let's click on it. It's a really unique, it's an outdoor event. So it is really fun. I've been to a lot of performances here. You can see this is their stage, and then they have the red rock backdrop to it. So let's see if I can get this is a good idea of it. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's not just pretty cool, it's really cool. They do a lot of fun things. Like here's, Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. They do this one here a lot. But it's a beautiful venue. They have bands, musicians, they do these performances. It's really fun. So Tuacahn's a place you're coming to St. George and you're trying to see if it's a place for you, or you're just driving through, or you've recently moved here, you want to check out Tucson. It's a really fun spot. So Ivins, Santa Clara area, there's a lot of growth happening in the Ivins area more than Santa Clara. But you go through this, you keep going through here, you can get up to Gunlock and then get back into that Dameron, Vail area, Diamond Valley, that, you know, northern St. George. So, you know, if you're wanting something that just has amazing views basically in every house you're going to look at, and all as you're driving around, Ivins would definitely be a place you want to check out. It is more pricey. That comes along with the great views. Right, let's head out to Verkin, the Verkin area now. It's technically, you know, not St. George, but, and it's probably about 20, 25, 30-minute drive from St. George, but I kind of consider it St. George, you know, southern Utah. We won't go too much into it. We could do a whole other video of Verkin and the Verkin. They've been growing like crazy. Lots of new commercial and residential going in. They do have a lot of established communities as well. You still get that small town feeling a little bit out there. It's not as commercialized. But the fun thing about Verkin and Verkin, they call it the gateway to Zion. So you come up into Verkin over here. Let me get this. So you come from St. George up by 15, and you get off and you go into Verkin. And then here's where you go, and there's Verkin. Cute little town, lots of fun little places to eat. There's a lot of good nightly rentals over there too. And you come in here and then you go this way and you follow that road and you go to Zion National Park. It's really close, like a 20-minute drive from these areas. So that's what Verkin and Verkin are known for. They also have the reservoirs nearby. So they have Sand Hall Reservoir, Quail Creek State Park Reservoir, which is a lot of fun. Let's zoom in a little bit here. We can just kind of show you a few things. I've helped people buy up in Verkin, and they love it out here. They've loved their home. They love the community. They love the feeling of the neighborhoods. So there's Quail Creek. Wow, I'm struggling with that one. Quail Creek State Park. It's not quite as busy as Sand Hollow State Park if you're a boater. Sand Hollow State Park has the really nice sand beaches. Quail Creek, their beaches aren't as nice, but it's still a lot of fun there. So Sand Hollow has the red rocks, cliff jumping. People love it for that. They have a lot of fun campgrounds as well. They have the Sand Hollow golf course. We won't show you that, but I can show you. Here's Southern Parkway that Desert Colors off of, so it loops all the way around, and you get right over here to Sand Hollow Resort. Verkin has probably the most beautiful golf course I've ever been on. I've only been once, but it is awesome. Like, look at this view. You're on the golf course, the red rocks, plateaus, and then you got the mountains behind you. It's incredible. So this golf course is a lot of fun. Just a little hidden gem out in Verkin. If you're not from St. George, you probably are confused why I'm saying Verkin and not hurricane. That's how we say it out here in southern Utah. You can always tell when people are new to this area. They call it hurricane and La Verkin. So anyways, they have a Walmart up here. There's a lot of new development around that Walmart. And then right in this area, there's some really fun communities too. Some really nice homes, new build homes. But like I said, I'm not going to dive too much into Verkin. I could do a full other video on Verkin and what's going on out here with Verkin, Verkin, and Tokerville. Fun area. You got lots of hiking, lots of places like Babylon Arch Trailhead. Babylon Arch is a really fun hike. If you love hiking, that's one you have to hit when you're in St. George. And then, like I said, you can get to Zion National Park really close from here. Well, one thing I will mention, the homes do tend to be cheaper out here than if you're in the greater St. George area. There's just not as much demand for this area. So if you want, you can get some new build homes. There's some really nice homes for cheaper than you would get that same home in St. George. So that's something to keep in mind. And you're still close to St. George, but Verkin does have all the things that you need to. You don't need to go to St. George all the time unless you need to go to Costco. They don't have a Costco, but they have Walmart. They have other grocery stores. They have all the restaurants that you need, and then, all the outdoor recreation that St. George has to offer. So that's it for this hurricane area. And that's it for this video and what I'm going to show you here.
So there you have it. That's the end of this map tour of the greater St. George area. I hope this was really helpful for you. And if you're trying to decide what part of St. George you want to live in, St. George really has it all, whether you're looking for horse property, lots of land, established communities, new build communities, resort style communities with tons of amenities, or that great view. You can find it here in St. George. So as always, whether you're looking to move in 10 days or 100 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a video call today. And until then, we hope to show you around town.